to the major Third World War, man. You know? And this is all through the spirit, man. You got to be spiritual to see these things, man. You got to be spiritual because you just observe these things, man. And then you understand the concept behind what these Edomites do, man. But, all right, so I'm just going to keep on topic, you know. Now, we just went into, oh, man, Satan just messed up my, gotta go back. You know, this is all through the spirit, man. Now, the title of this article is "Aristocracy Deceives Public About the Deep State." Aristocracy. So your aristocracy would be your top, your senators, the people that you see in front of you, your elected officials, so to speak. Those elected officials, they're the aristocracy that's before the people, man. That's the illusion that has been painted before in front of the people. That's the picture that has been created, man. The picture that you need these people to rule over you, to protect you. Meanwhile, behind it, the deep state is over in the Middle East, killing people, killing Israelites, administering the chip, the mark of the beast. You know, you can't tell me that they don't have the chip in Baghdad, man. In parts of Syria, man. You know, it probably hasn't come out. But they got the chip over there, man. So those safe zones that they create, you know, they got the chip over there. Just like in America, when all hell breaks loose in America, you're going to have different states, safe zones. You'll be behind the mark of the beast, or no, Shalaki. You'll be behind the beast, the leaders of the beast, man. Hey man, this is wicked as hell, man. I keep on going back to the article, and then it keeps on just changing out. And this is Google. I'm using the Google browser. You know. Let's look up the word aristocracy. And you know what? The men of the Lord, the elect, is the true aristocracy of the whole world to come, man. The men of the Lord, starting with Yahawashi, we're going to be the true aristocracy. We're going to be the true rulers, man. And we're going to have complete domination over the whole planet Earth, man. And this is what we're fighting for. This is why this is the year death, diligence, and destruction, man. Because those men that are of aristocracy, of a high class, they have to have some type of experience in ruling, in rulership, man. And this is what the Lord is teaching us. This is what the Lord is teaching us, man. He's teaching us order. He's teaching us order, how to conduct with your brethren, meaning how to conduct the government, man. You can't have certain men in the government, in the governing body, against each other. You have confusion, just like you're seeing right in front of your face with the Democrats and the senators. You know, they're not in common. They was over there booing when Trump talked about repealing Obamacare. You know, that's not in rulership. That's not in one body, man. You know, that's why you have confusion, man, amongst these Edomites, man. These senators, these congressmen. You know. And they don't respect their leader, right? If they deem the president a high position, they don't respect their leader, man. And they pride themselves in that. And that's nothing but a shame to the world. The whole planet Earth, man, looks upon that and says, look, man, that's confusion, man. The whole world don't think like Edomites, man. The whole world don't think like Edomites, man. You know? It says a class of persons holding exceptional rank and privileges, especially the hereditary nobility. Shalaki, I'm gonna read it again. It says a class of persons holding exception, rank, and privileges, especially the hereditary nobility. A government or state ruled by an autocracy, elite, or privileged upper class, man. And the privileged upper class, in order to keep the people fighting against each other, they created illusion. And that these people out here, these common people out here fall for, man. And they perpetuated in television and so on and so forth, man. Now, the end game of this is destruction, man. Because no matter what the hierarchy or the ruling class of these Edomites do right now, the prophecy stands that the Lord is going to bring these nations and pour upon his indignation upon these nations, man. Right? So back in Isaiah 34 and 1, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and the fury," it says, "and his fury upon all their armies." So you got Trump putting tax dollars into the military. That's a waste of money. You might as well give it to the people, because all the armies are going to be destroyed, man. You're putting money into your military rather than putting money into your people, man. And all the armies are going to be destroyed. So that battle carrier that Trump stood upon, Leviathan is going to destroy that, man. Leviathan is going to destroy that that vessel, that's that aircraft carrier, man. That's supposed to be the most advanced aircraft carrier. Leviathan is going to destroy that. And Leviathan is going to disable that whole ship before he destroys that ship. So those men are going to see it. Those men are going to see it. They're not going to be able to withstand the wrath of Leviathan when Yahawashi shall unleash him. And that's in the scriptures. Leviathan is in the scriptures, man. You know? It says, this is verse 3, it says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood." So look, it says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses," meaning there's going to be a lot of dead bodies on the ground, and their smell is going to come up out of their bodies, their dead bodies, you know, and you're going to be able to smell them. There's going to be a smell of death, man. You know, a great smell of death. And this is what the Lord says. "Thus saith the Heavenly Father." This is the prophecy. This is it's like I read in the blue letter 16. It says certainty of the prophecy. Like they're gonna stink, man. Like I say, they're gonna go into the Middle East and they're not coming back. And over there in the Middle East, when they die, the funk of their dead carcass is gonna fill the air, man. And men are gonna smell that shit. Matter of fact, you Rothschilds, you elites, you're gonna be the first to bury those bodies, and you're gonna smell that stench of death, man. Hey, y'all ironic, man. Y'all about Shimei Shah is funny, man. See, the shadow government, right? The shadow government, the ruling class, the upper elites that have the people in Babylon fighting against each other are gonna have to smell the dead bodies of the men they sent over there to fight in their wars, man. How funny is that, man? That's some funny shit, man. So regardless of what Esau does, man, he's gonna have to smell the dead bodies of the bodies he's gonna have to bury as his first job in slavery, man. You know? And that's why the Lord said, "Come near, ye nations, hearken." You know, we read in that was Koshab, means hearken, hear, listen, because these things are going to come upon you, Edomites, man. You elite Edomites, the deep state, the shadow government, man. Like we read, man. But yeah, man. Matter of fact, read quickly. And you brothers, man, I gotta go through and read this, man. I gotta go through and read this, and maybe, you know. We'll see, man. We'll see what I can, you know, it's all through the spirit, man. Fucking computer, man. It says, the official narrative of the deep state used to be that they simply do not exist. This position was modified in the last few years to be the claim that they don't exist here. And now it says, however, one of the deep state's many agents. So we read, I read down and I read up. I'm just reading through parts of this article. It mentioned oligarchy. It says, yeah, all these, you know, the deep state, they control all these intelligence agencies, these different police task force, you know, to go after men that are deemed threats to the deep state. We're the number one threat to the deep state, man, because we know the truth, man. We know what's going to happen, and it's going to be made manifest, you know, when they're in slavery. They're going to know that the men of the Lord spoke of these things, man. So it don't matter what they're gonna try to do something to us, but it really don't matter what they want to do to us. You know, it's what's gonna happen to them. You remember Haman in the book of Esther. He had purpose to wipe out the Israelites, man. He had purpose to for us to be consumed, man. And the Lord sent recompense upon his own head, man. So he was put to death, and his intention of what to do to us was put to death, man. And that's what's gonna happen to you Edomites, man. Your whatever snide or cunning tactics you have to try to come at us, it's gonna fall back upon your head, you know, because our character shows for itself, man. When we're into these scriptures, how we conduct ourselves, man. The true men of the Lord with the spirit of Yahawashi, man. Our character, the men that are aspiring to, we have to build up. We're building up our character, man. You know, and our character is going to be on display. You got to remember, we represent Yahawashi, we represent His word, man. So it's all about keeping that character until the end, man. You got to keep a certain character. When you read the scriptures, of the prophets, like King David, when you read the history, men that had led Israel in turbulent times, in trying times, man, when it seemed like we would be consumed, man. But those men had a certain character that brought them through, man. And the character of a man of Yahawashi is exemplified, man. You know, and it's you know, and you can't will yourself to have that character. Yahawashi has to give you that character, man. You know, and that character, it can't be bought. You know, you can't sell out. Nate, General Yohana, these other groups, the heads of their groups, they don't have the character. You know, they don't have that character. Sakari, the Lord haven't given them a character. Actually, He's given them characteristics of reprobates, men that were because the Bible was a balance. You had your men that had a wonderful character, and you had men that had a character that made examples out of them, man. And Sakari don't fit a man that had examples of greatness, you know. But I mean, it's all through the spirit, man. But see, Esau sees this, man, and we see it. Esau sees this, so he knows where to go, or how he wants to push his agenda, you know. I mean, we're really coming into a time where Esau is actually going to be against us. He has all types of intelligence and stuff like that. You know, he has all types of ways. But you know, it's men. You have to have that character, the character of Yahawashi, man. We know that these things are coming, but you have to keep your integrity. And you have to keep the faith. You know, and these men, the prophets of aforetime that were before me, prophesied of wars, evil, and of pestilence. They had that character. And they were able to withstand these obstacles, you know, no matter what was brought upon them. So we're coming into trying times, and you know, with that, you know, that was a nice, you know, through the spirit, that was a nice video. It got in a couple things, aristocrat, you know, Isaiah 34:1, going into the Lord bringing forth his armies, and bringing forth the armies, and his indignation being upon all of these nations. And we mentioned some of the names of the nations. We mentioned the Amalekites. We mentioned Esau, which are the other sons of Esau. Amalek being one of the sons. And how the Lord will bring forth his indignation, which is righteous anger upon these nations. And what is going to happen to, as a result of the Lord bringing his indignation, what's going to happen to the women, you know, and what's going to happen in these different houses, behind closed doors, all your neighbors, people that live over here and live over there. Everywhere you go is people, you know, and there's going to be many judgments in this society at the same time. Different judgments, swift judgments, harsh judgments, merciful judgments, you know, because some people are going to die different ways. Some people are going to die terribly. Some people, you know, when they die, they're going to die quick. Some people are going to suffer when they die, you know, and it's all going to be around the same time. And the shadow government, we went into the shadow government, or the deep state, which when that comes, when they have to when they have to face that judgment, when they come up out of their pit, that first job they're going to do is bury them dead bodies, and the funk of those dead bodies is going to be in the area, and they're going to have to bury those dead bodies. And that was the subject of this video, you know. But with that, you know, the spirit of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy, and you watch and you pray to Yahawashi, and you try to build your character, and you pray Yahawashi that you can build your character to deal with what's to come, because it's gonna get fucked up out this motherfucker, man. It's gonna be a stench of death in America, man. Stinky death, man. You know, everywhere you go, you might see those dead bodies, man. And Yahawashi have said these things was gonna happen. This is a certain prophecy. This thing, which was spoken, is of the prophecy of Yahawashi, man. And the spirit of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to shalom to you brothers that's pushing the word in sincerity and faith. You know, keep on pushing this word. Keep on pushing this word, you know, and we got to work until either death or deliverance, you know. Shalom.